It's May 29th, 1991, and this is EastCast. Good evening. I'm Carla Schultzberg, along with my co-anchor Elaine Cruz and sports anchor Mike Furman. Well, seniors, it's over, but wasn't the ride wonderful? Of course, I'm speaking of the senior prom that was held last Thursday night, May 23rd, at the Mansion on Main Street. The weather was beautiful, the scenery was beautiful, and of course, so was everyone at the prom. This year's prom theme was Here and Now, selected by the prom committee of Amy Grossman, Krista Marinucci, and Stephanie Schreitman, who did a wonderful job decorating and making the senior prom the huge success that it was. Over 700 people occupied 2 floors of the mansion, dancing the night away till 1 a.m. The prom really kicked off a great 4-day Memorial Day weekend. With beautiful weather, most of the seniors did head down the shore and came back with tans. The whole senior prom weekend provided wonderful memories that the seniors will cherish forever.
Well, from the sound of your voice, it sounds like you had a great time. On Wednesday, May 22nd, the Cherry Hill East Spring Band Concert took place. Under the direction of Mr. Roy Huff and Mr. Bruce Yurko, the concert band, symphonic band, and wind ensemble performed on stage while entertaining all those who attended. For the final number, the members of East Singers and Chansons, under the direction of Mrs. Lisa Wilson, came out and performed 3 excerpts of Carmina Burana with the wind ensemble. Well, all the votes have been counted and the members for next year's student council have been chosen. The results are for the class of '92, Jen Marinucci, President, Howard Neckowitz, Vice President, Sean Ravitz, Secretary-Treasurer, and Laura Busey for Publicity Manager. For the class of '93, Lisa Schusterman for President, Gail Horvitz, Vice President, Vinnie Malhotra, Secretary-Treasurer, and Adam Tarshis, Publicity Manager. And for the class of '94, Neil Relosa, President, Lindsay Lickman, Vice President, Jen Dwyer, Secretary-Treasurer, and Brian Friedman, Publicity Manager. Congratulations to you all.
Well, East students, it's time. Get out those old notebooks back from September because finals are coming. They start on Tuesday, June 11th. Everyone must be in homeroom from 8 to 8:15 to get a pass for their exams or they will not be admitted. On Tuesday at 8:30, English for 10th, 11th, and 12th graders will be held. At 10:30, the foreign languages exams are, and at 1 o'clock, freshman English and psychology 1A and 1R. Wednesday the 12th, 8:30 is math, all math exams. 10:30 is U.S. History 1 and 2 and Humanities, and 1 o'clock is makeups. On Thursday the 13th, 8:30 is World Civilization, Biology 1R, all computer courses, and Biology semester and AP Bio courses. 10:30 is Physics, Chemistry, Biology 1A, Law courses, Economics, and International Relations. And on Friday at 8:30 is all freshman science courses. And at 10:30, the Algebra 2 exams and makeups will be held, along with any conflicting exams that need to be taken. On Thursday, May 23rd, the Mayor's Youth Conference took place at Camden County College. The event was sponsored by the National Conference of Christians and Jews. The participants spent the day discussing the topics of racism, censorship, sex education in schools, students' rights, and sexism in society. The students who represented Cherry Hill East were Dave Smith, Denise Grubb, Adam Mason, Manpreet Danjal, Jen Marinucci, Huan Ngo, Stacy Lickman, Steve Asbell, Scott Ross, Jeff Perkins, Trish Relosa, and Lisa Schusterman. And now over to sports with Mike Furman.
Thanks, Carla. In baseball action, the Cougars opened the week with an 8-6 win over Washington Township. Matt Dalsey got the win. Then, East was upset by a bad Eastern team, 6-5. On Thursday, the Cougars revenged an early season loss to Millville and beat them 5-4 in the Group 4 quarterfinals. Kevin Foley pitched 8 innings, allowing only 1 earned run and striking out 6. The Cougars sport a 15-7 record. The softball team dropped their only game of the week, 11-0, to Washington Township. Their record dropped to an unimpressive 5-14. The lacrosse team opened their week by defeating West Windsor in the NJSIAA tournament 11-7. Carolyn Cohen had 5 goals to lead the way. In the NJSIAA tournament quarterfinals, Morristown was too much for the Lady Cougars and beat them 11-5. Beth Grable had 2 goals to lead East. The boys tennis team opened up their busy week by blanking Washington Township 5-0. Then the Cougars ripped Millville 5-0 to win the South Jersey Group 4 crown. The Cougars were not done yet as they defeated Livingston 4-1 in the state Group 4 semifinals. Then in the state Group 4 final against East Brunswick, the Cougars came back to take the title 3-2. Congratulations to the boys tennis team. They have an undefeated 25-0 record. Tanisha Smith made the sports news again, this time at the Group 4 championships. Smith placed 2nd in the 100-meter dash, 4th in the javelin, and 1st in the long jump. That wraps up the sports. Now back to you, Elaine.
The sophomore and freshman class trips will be on June 8th to Dorney Park. Tickets were sold for $25. And for all you curious people out there, yes, the freshmen and sophomores are going together. This year's graduation ceremony will take place on Tuesday, June 18th at 6 o'clock at the Jonas C. Morris Stadium. The rehearsals for seniors will be on Friday, June 14th, Monday, June 17th, and Tuesday, June 18th. 2 of the 3 rehearsals will be mandatory, and you will not get your 10 tickets if you do not show up. Well, that brings us to the end of this edition of EastCast. Special thanks to cameraman Mr. Gordon Hampson and our advisor, Ms. Peggy Beck. Stay tuned for the East Spring Band concert following the junior school news. For Carla Schultzberg and Mike Furman, I'm Lane Cruz. Have a great evening. Tonight, we leave you with Ophelia, who coasted through a muggy weekend. Good night, Ophelia.
Good evening. Welcome to the West Report. I'm Dave Marika.
And I'm Brenda Koenig. Yesterday, the 28th, the entire student body of High School West filed into the Jones Gymnasium for a surprise visit from alumni ex-POW Lieutenant Jeffrey Zahn. He was presented with gifts from each of the class governors and a photo collage from fellow gymnast Sam Lassiter. Dr. Estebrant, superintendent of schools, presented Zahn with a plaque, and Sergeant Cologne from West's Junior ROTC gave him a POW MIA flag that has flown every day since Zahn was captured. After West's combined choir sang God Bless the USA, Zahn addressed the entire student body and answered some of their questions. The brief meeting of Zahn and the West students turned out to be a very exhilarating one for all. Principal Simon commented, "I felt it helped to bring closure to a story that has consumed all of us. It was fitting that it came at the close of our school year. It helped close a chapter for all of us." Last Friday, May 24th, members of the class of 91 stepped out to show a touch of class at their annual prom. The formal was held at the mansion at the Main Street complex in Voorhees. The evening began at 7 o'clock when, after having their cars valet parked, students arrived to have their formal pictures taken and enjoy a buffet. The seniors and their dates danced and mingled until 9 o'clock when the 5-course sit-down dinner was served. The remainder of the evening was spent enjoying the sounds of the DJ or strolling about the beautiful banquet facility and surrounding grounds. The evening ended at 1 a.m. when the final dance was called and the theme song Forever was played. The evening was an unqualified success thanks to the efforts of Governor Shauna Myers, Lieutenant Governor Shelley Gears, and prom committee chairpersons Julie Gayer, Jenny Yun, Rachel Kittle, and several others. Now, here's Ben Offstroff with the sophomore news.
Hi, I'd like to welcome you to this, the final edition of the Sophomore News. With me in the interview area, I have the newly elected Governor, Deepal Doshi, and the newly elected Lieutenant Governor, Brian Schmidt. First, let me start off by asking, Brian, what are your goals for next year?
Well, next year, we really want to continue on the job of excellence that Tom and Jen have established. Yet we want to further implement our own ideas into making next year's government one of the best ever.
And Deepal, what ideas do you have to plan to add to the class curriculum?
Well, this year we had a personalized fundraising activity which we would like to add to. And also, we want to establish our own ideas, such as more fundraisers, so we can bring down the price of the tickets.
Okay, Brian, do you have any ideas what's planned for next year?
Next year's a very busy year, Ben. We have the concessions sales from all the sports events, which we get most of our money for all of our high school career. We also, of course, have the junior prom, which is one of the top events in your high school life, and we will also have to plan for the senior prom.
The computer dating.
Also we have computer dating and a lot of different fundraisers. And also, we'd like to really get the West community, and especially the junior class next year, involved in community work throughout Cherry Hill.
Okay, well, I'd like to congratulate both of you on your winning ways again, and thank you for joining me here on Sophomore News. In other news, the class government would like to remind you that the Great Adventure Trip will be held June 1st. Students from the class government are going to be going around to the homerooms asking if you have your money. If you have the money, they will give you the permission slips, have the permission slips signed, and you can go. Also, applications for cabinet will be going out soon. I believe it's Thursday? Yeah. That's tomorrow. And please turn them in as soon as possible. And ending this last edition of Sophomore News, I would like to thank Mr. Hawes and Mr. Howe for letting the class of 1993 have this available to us, as we are unique in being the only class to have this. It was a pleasure doing it to serve the class and the rest of the school. Thank you again.
Ben, will you be back next year for junior year?
Let's hope.
On May 23rd at the Cherry Hill High School West Stadium, Play Day was held for special education classes from all over Cherry Hill. Students competed in relays, mats, tire pull, line soccer, parachute, group and circle games, t-ball, tug-of-war, and other races. This was the 15th annual Play Day in Cherry Hill. Now here's Jack Mignon with the sports.
The varsity baseball team witnessed its second loss of the year to Holy Cross 65. They are eliminated from the Diamond Classic tournament. This year's freshman baseball team was a huge success with a record of 18-3. The Lions were led by pitchers Kevin Carlton, Pete Watsnisser, first baseman Keith Moore, outfielders Chris Ergood, Dave Marika, Mike Fulcher, and shortstop Andrew Svekla. The team finished in second place behind Washington Township, the team that dealt West 2 of the 3 losses. The third came to Highland by a close score of 18-17. The Lions look forward to their JV and varsity years and hope to compete with other top teams in the nation. West Girls lacrosse team entered the state tournament last week with high expectations of victory. It began by beating Princeton 10-5 to advance to the quarterfinal round. However, in the next state game, West was eliminated by a strong Montville team, thus ending this girls' season with a record of 11-5-1. Beth Ballville, Heather Tyndall, Lisa Sinella, Brandy Leach led the Lions in the tournament as they did as well in the season. Congratulations to the team on one of its most successful seasons this year. That's all for this week's sports. Now back to West Report.
On Thursday, May 23rd, West held the Home and School Association Awards program in the auditorium at 7:30 p.m. Every year, the Home and School Association honors those students for a particular accomplishment or for being well-rounded and participating in many extracurricular activities. Congratulations to those who were honored and received certificates. On Friday, May 24th, elections were held for next year's government officers at Cherry Hill West. The class of 1994's governor and lieutenant governor are Majid Moyuddin and Aaron Lazar. For the class of 93, Deepal Doshi and Brian Schmidt were the winners. Scott Greenbaum and Walt Clymer are next year's governor and lieutenant governor for the class of 92. Next year's SGO officers are Brett Levin as president and Tom Bianco as vice president. Congratulations to all the winners.
Thanks for joining us on the West Report. Be sure to stay tuned for the junior school news, followed by the East Spring Band Concert. Good night.
Good evening, and welcome to this week's edition of the Beck School Report. I'm Jessica Kozlov, and tonight I will anchor this program. The 7th grade elections are underway. Over 25 candidates are running for the offices of President, Vice President, Secretary, and Treasurer of the Student Council. Good luck to all. The primary elections are this Friday, and the general elections will be held on June 7th. The 8th grade class trip is June 1st. This year we're headed to Hershey Park. Over 400 students and staff will be taking the trip. Buses depart at 8 a.m. and should return around 8 p.m. Have a great time. The Student Council Dance Committee has been meeting all week planning for this year's annual Student Staff 8th grade farewell dance. The PTSA will be providing the refreshments. The dance is scheduled to begin at 7:30 p.m. on June 7th. Have a great time. The Beck Players recently performed the play Free to Be You and Me in front of a paid audience 2 weeks ago. The show was fantastic. Here to tell us more about it is Jeff Saffer, the play's leading actor.
Free to Be You and Me is a musical about kids who want to feel good about themselves and different kinds of personalities of kids our age. The play was performed here at Beck as well as at the Surflight Theater in Beach Haven, the Teen Arts Festival in Rutgers Camden, at which Kate Lowenhar and myself were chosen to perform Thursday at the Teen Arts Festival for the whole state, and that's going to be held in Rutgers, New Brunswick this Thursday. The Beck players and directors received numerous awards, including 4 out of the 5 major awards given in the Beach Haven competition that was held this past Friday. Some of the awards received were Best Actor in a Play, Jonathan Ross; Best Supporting Actress, Abby Sendro; Excellence in Acting, Monica Kim; Excellence in Acting, Tim Knipe; Best Acapella Singing, Best Director, Mr. Fred Goldstein and Mrs. Bernice Glazier; and Best Scene in a Musical, Baby X. Now let's take a look at some highlights from the play Free to Be You and Me.
Tomorrow morning, one needs to shake, gives love. So his father bought him a basketball, a badminton set, and that's not all. A bag of marbles, a baseball glove, and all the things a boy would love. And Bill was good in every game, enjoyed them all, but all the same. Billy's father praised his skill. Can I please have the doll now? Said my friend Bill. Tell, of course, but they couldn't tell anyone else. They couldn't even tell Baby X at first. You see, it was all part of a very secret scientific experiment known officially as Project Baby X. Also, long before Baby X was born, all those scientists had to be paid to work out the details of the experiment and to write the official instruction manual for Baby X's parents. And, most important of all, to find the right set of parents to bring up Baby X. These parents had to be selected very carefully. Thousands of volunteers had to take thousands of tests and answer thousands of tricky questions. Almost everybody failed because it turned out almost everyone either wanted a baby boy or a baby girl. And hey, I got an idea. Let's have a real show for that. I think we already have.
This concludes tonight's edition of the Beck School Report. This has been Jessica Kozlov.
Along with Jeff Soffer reporting.
Good night, and thanks for watching.